good day. It is sunny today. A little bit breezy. A lot of bit breezy. It's hovering around 0 or -1. I'm in the neighborhood of Cameron Heights. And there's a path, I think, that parallels the Anthony Henday that heads down towards the river that I'm looking to take. And I don't think I should have taken this sidewalk to get there. I'll be turning around to go back. Yep. And I discovered a new thing about my Nemo is you can pivot at different angles where the extension part meets the little motors. Live and learn. There's that whole, maybe you should have looked at the instruction manual thing, but here's another strip mall. But they put the Little Learners of Montessori School away from the liquor store this time. The liquor store is around the corner. Progress? Or is that just how the rich people live? I'm braving it without my toque today. I hope I don't regret that. But I do have the hood on my hoodie I can use. I like this neighborhood. Got some relatively expensive houses in it. I think the downside to me is the more affordable houses back onto the Henday. And there's only really one way in and one way out of this neighborhood at this overpass here. I thought they would have made one to the northwest that you could get into Wedgwood, but it doesn't look like they ever did that. And the wind is at my back right now, so coming back could be a little chilly. But so far I'm not even wearing gloves or my hat, and it's okay. It's when the wind gusts come up. Beautiful sun out there today. Is that kind of the Mundane Man effect too, with the sun shining through the power lines? No, it's got to be through the trees. Come on, let's be consistent. It's almost like the sun shining over the ocean, except it's shining over snow. I didn't know there was a parking lot here. I parked in the residential area, so live and learn now. Or pathway is paralleling the road that takes you down to the water treatment plant and solar farm that's down by the river. And lots of ice. Ah yes, a native cell tower in its natural habitat. Where would we be without communication these days? Lots of pipelines pop out of the ground over here. Gotta keep that crude moving, or gas, before Trump has a chance to drill, baby, drill. Had to put the hood up. Oh, now I look like a Unabomber. There's an old reference. Look it up, kids. I gotta love his Trump statements on we don't need their oil or gas, we got lots here. One thing he doesn't acknowledge is the fact that a lot of their refining capacity was designed for the heavy crude that we pipe down to them. So we turn off the tap or you decide not to buy from us, you're going to be in trouble. How quickly can you convert refineries to the light crude? Plus you're negotiating with OPEC to increase production to lower the price. So which foreign government would you rather do business with? I guess the one that pads your own pocket, I suppose. Political rant complete. Other than the noise, it's kind of kind of nice down here. Lots of noise comes off the Henday, or what is actually named the Anthony Henday. Everyone loves abbreviations. I'm surprised people haven't started calling it the AH, because this is a world of acronyms. You see people way over there, so there must be a fair amount of trail along here. Some hidden ice just about got me again. Got a pretty good pace going here, but of course it's downhill. I am finding a lot of good places that my wife and I can bring our bikes to, though. The ride up the hill, though, could be a little grueling. There's that newish solar farm. I don't know how long it's been here, maybe a year or two. Pretty expansive. But how much power has that been producing this winter? Remember how I said it's been unusually cloudy this year? I guess solar panels, even on a cloudy day, will generate some electricity. Trying to be uber cautious down here with all of the ice. Sometimes it sneaks up on you when you're walking into the sun, and sometimes you can see it shiny, other times it's just black as the asphalt here. Well, it's been a while, but this walk finally led to the North Saskatchewan again. There, I've finally proven that not all walks lead to this river. I guess it's only been a week since the last time I was near the river. I was thinking of going down this trail that would kind of follow the river past the water treatment plant, but didn't look very well used so far this year. Let's just head underneath the Henday. Well, look at that. That's something you don't see when you're zipping down the Henday. I didn't know they'd put a pedestrian bridge there to cross the river. Most excellent. Graffiti up there was either brave or stupid. A couple of weeks ago I was walking over there. That takes you into the golf course. Fairly wide river. I guess that's why it flows relatively slowly. It's got lots of space to flow in. They do a fairly good job maintaining these trails as best they can anyways, with the constant freeze thaw we get. Anytime I pick up one of these paths, it's just like a whole new discovery of the same city I live in. But I guess you make your life in the area that you live. Sometimes the old get up, go to work, go home, go to sleep scenario doesn't offer you a lot of opportunity to see the world around you. You just gotta get out of the house and go. That's my mantra anyways. I'm not trying to tell people what to do. Essentially, that's my inner dialogue. Again, more Christmas tree opportunities. Not. Tommy needs to find a private tree and mark my territory. Seems like as soon as I get out walking, I gotta pee. So I came down the hill on the, at this point would be the west side of the river. And now I'm on the east side, walking parallel to that same path. I've already done, according to my watch anyways, over 2.5 kilometers. So if I go another kilometer here and then work back, it should be a 6-kilometer day. And the way back is going to be mostly uphill, so I'm really looking forward to that. Well, maybe I'll walk to the top of this hill, turn around, start heading back. It takes a lot of time to get the miles in. Yesterday it was an hour and 40 minutes to do 6 kilometers. That's why I need to retire. If I really want to keep up this pace. And then do 2 hours of editing when I get home. There are trails that take an offshoot. That one. People are headed towards Terwillegar Park. That was an area I walked 2-3 weeks ago. This one's just going to take me up to the road, and which is about a half kilometer. And I'm going to turn around and come back. And you see with my huffing and puffing walking up a hill, why I wasn't very good at long distance running. I could never develop a pace where I wasn't breathing too hard. Mundane Man effect. Had to take my hat off. You get in the insulation of the trees here and I'm starting to overheat. I will give credit where credit is due on Edmonton having lots of nice groomed trails around the river valley. That's one thing they've done right. Something that all kinds of people can use, unlike bike lanes. Lots of heavy-duty power lines through here, but it is the utility corridor. Is there any truth to the fact about living underneath high voltage power lines causing cancer? I'm sure just walking underneath them won't hurt, right? Well, there's plenty of trail to go that way, but I'm already at 3.5 kilometers, and heading back, 2 of those kilometers are going to be uphill, so I'll be 7 kilometers by the time I get back to the car, and with a bit of a cardio workout. And the wind has picked up again. Have to get back in the trees here. I was already complaining how long it took to get the miles in, but when you think back on it, it's like, well, it didn't seem to take me that long to get where I am. Essentially, that bridge over there is where I need to get back to. I think I've already been at this for just about an hour, so it's going to be another 45 minutes back. Can't think that way though. Positive thinking. Enjoy the view and the environment. So much nicer back in the trees. Not a busy trail this time of day. I've seen maybe half a dozen people. A long decline down this hill. Hope I don't get shin splints or slip. My Mark's Work Warehouse hiking shoes though are hanging in there. Traction seems pretty good. When I first started my walking regimen, my doctor had me on blood pressure pills because it was creeping up there, and that got it in check pretty quick. Well, I ran out of pills just before New Year's, but I've been checking my blood pressure daily, every other day in the morning, and so far so good. It's right around the normal area. Like sometimes it'll be like 124 over 81 or something like that, which if you look at the health records application says it's, you know, outside a normal range. Well, I think there's a broader band of normal range than what they are saying, but they seem to want you to be below 120 and below 80. Well, I'm kind of mostly there, and that's without medication, so hopefully this walking keeps that in check. Glad I wore my sunnies today. Holy lightning. That is one bright ball of fire. I am really liking this Mimo gimbal thing now that I've pretty much got it under control as far as how to use it. So thanks again, Sue, for my walks. It's been right up there in usefulness as the toques that my wife has knit for me. I'm not wearing one of the toques today, but they some of the cold weather I've walked in have been probably literally and figuratively a lifesaver. I wouldn't say there's a lot, but there's certainly a notable number of those big wheel bikes on the trails. They make them look easy to ride, especially in snowy terrain. They got pretty knobby tires on them. I think I've even seen a couple people with studs in them. How in the ever-loving God did somebody get up there to write that? That is insane. This Mara person was important to somebody. Well, this summer, if I'm feeling brave, might have to get out here and try kayaking this river. I find the idea kind of intimidating, but lots of people do it. And it is a fairly lazy river, and in a lot of places not very deep. So I'm just gonna have to grab some balls and do it. I saw that ball on the railing out of the corner of my eye, and I thought it was somebody staring at me. Paranoia. Apparently I'm a scaredy cat. Well, a bit of a downhill here until we start our steady grade up to Cameron Heights. I noticed in my videos when I'm editing, I do a lot of sniffing. And no, I'm not a cocaine addict. It's just my nose likes to run when we get out in this chilly weather. Summertime, I'll be going off on some of these side quests. "30 kilometers an hour. This must have been a road at one time. Either that or they're just already accounting for battery bikes. A little flat reprieve until we really start climbing the hill. I went as far as where those power lines are, but you got to follow the trail over there, up and around. It's kind of a switchback. Then you could continue on east for quite a ways. Just keep following the power lines, I guess. Not sure what's stopping you towards the end of that. We'll have to discover that another day. One more Mundane Man effect. There you go. just a cheap excuse to stop and have a rest. Just about breaching the top here. I think the rest of it is a more gradual uphill climb. Oh, hear that wind again. Hasn't been not windy for days. We made it to the start and the top of the trail on the west side. Same on my way up the hill. I needed all my energy to breathe. It's a good steady climb though. Easier than stairs. Just about back to the car now. Well, that whole trail system was a new discovery to me and opens up a lot more opportunities in the summer because there's quite a few different little offshoots on those trails too that we can take. Like I said, there's one that maybe I can follow the river and be up against the water treatment facility and stuff. So we'll have to try that out when all of this dreaded snow is gone. Just about to the car. Just check our gadgets and see how we did. Okay, your Runkeeper said I did 8 kilometers exactly in an hour and 47 minutes. And my watch said 7 kilometers. So go figure on the watch thing. Again, using Runkeeper as my baseline. So that was another good walk, another good discovery of trails in my own city that I didn't know existed. So until the next one.